Welcome back. It's a busy time right now in the Kern County Sheriff's Office. Last week they were helping with the president's visit to Kern County, and now they're getting ready to ramp up security at the homeless shelter opening soon. With us this morning we have Kern County Sheriff Donny Youngblood in studio. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So let's start off with talking about the president's visit. I mean, what a big undertaking for your department. This hasn't happened in several years, right?
Yeah, we have Congressman McCarthy who comes in quite frequently because he lives here and he has Secret Service protection. So we get to practice quite a bit. This was very short notice, less than a week that the president was coming. So, our team put it together rather quickly with the Secret Service, and it went off very smoothly. And it was an exciting time for everyone.
Yeah, we got to see some of the pictures you posted on social media with Air One involved and everything.
Yeah, we had Air One circulating around the event, and then we had 4 deputies that actually had a one-on-one with the President of the United States. So that was really exciting for them, and they represented our organization.
Yeah, absolutely. And moving on to the topic of the homeless center, we've seen that the county has started to post some pictures on social media. I mean, it's moving along really quickly.
The exterior, it looks like it is.
Yeah.
There's still a lot to be done.
Right. And as they prepare, what is your department doing to prepare in your involvement with safety?
Well, our concern will be safety, and we know that we have issues in jails, and this is going to be very similar because you have a lot of people that have a lot of issues in one place. So segregation of some of those people, having services there that available. Hopefully some of these people will take advantage of this, but if they don't, we'll just have to do what we have to do when it comes to low-level crimes.
Mm-hmm. And we'll likely see this county facility open much sooner than the city facility. Yeah. But you will be playing a role in both facilities, or just the county facility?
Just the county facility. Okay. will be our role for security and safety.
Okay. And you were just talking about jails in the midst of this coronavirus outbreak that's happening in the United States. Obviously, every county kind of gearing up to see what we can do to prepare. You're saying that that's kind of a concern that you guys are talking about in the Sheriff's Department, right?
Yeah, if you can imagine having a confined area with 2,000 or plus inmates in custody, and you get the coronavirus, we have to segregate. And this could be a logistical nightmare for us. So my team they're planning, they're working with public health. We have some empty space that for segregation that we'll have to use, but we're very concerned, and we're trying to put a plan together so we're prepared for it because we know it's coming.
Right. Is this something that other counties have been doing in places where you have seen the coronavirus? I
have not spoken with other sheriffs in other counties, but this is not unlike others. Events that we've had, like the measles. This one could be more catastrophic, so we have to have a place if someone gets it, or when they get it, we can move them into isolation, keep them away from other inmates. Then they have court appearances that are mandated by time. Then you have medical appointments, you have visitors, and it's going to be a task for us, but we have no choice.
Mm-hmm. Are they similar procedures to the way that you handle the flu?
Well, they are. This is really a severe case of the flu is what we're talking about. And the more we talk about it, the bigger it becomes, of course. So we will deal with it just like it is any other communicable disease. We use public health for advice on how to do some of this stuff, and we'll work through it.
All right. And lastly, we wanted to talk about the 2 medical marijuana measures that are on the ballot coming up just next week on Tuesday, on Super Tuesday. How is your department preparing for the possibility of that maybe passing? I'm sure you'll have a role in enforcement.
Well, before if you remember, we had marijuana dispensaries everywhere. Right. The #1 call I got was homeless. #2 was around dispensaries, the clientele, other businesses, neighborhoods. They hated it. Well, Measure D will allow people to have a marijuana dispensary basically wherever they want to have it. Measure E is a little more restrictive. I'm anti-marijuana. I believe it's going to cause a medical health crisis in our country down the road, but that's really a separate issue. People have to decide whether they want marijuana dispensaries or they don't. If you do, you should vote yes on one of those measures. If you don't, you should vote no.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure your department will play a role in enforcement if they do pass.
Yeah, our role will be, since it will be legal, our role will be on the outside trying to keep people at bay and keep them out of neighborhoods, away from schools, and it's a task.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming in and speaking with us this morning, Sheriff.